Welcome to the Wrestling Israel podcast, and right now I'm going to go ahead and do a very brief recap of Bash in Berlin, happening tonight, Uber Center, Berlin, Germany. This was a bore fest. Look, 5 matches tonight. This is the standard fare, a house show being set up by WWE to go ahead and give this show for folks tonight. Watching on television, hey, I'm glad the German crowd enjoyed it. They got to get their hooliganism out there. They get the gay holy Schweizer, whatever, ein Weinschwein, whatever they were saying, okay? They were having a good old time having Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens doing their first match off a storyline that was horseshit. I mean, you can do a storyline where, you want to let the champion say, well, I've beaten everybody else, so I'm going to let one of my best friends go ahead and have a match. And that's what it was. And that's all it was. Respect, respect, respect. I don't want that in a WWE pay-per-view. I don't want that in a WWE match. This is against everything. Like, what are we doing here? That's like, hands of friendship kind of thing here. Some kumbaya bullshit. Who thought this was a good idea to have this match? It's obvious that with Triple H, with creative, they don't have an idea on how to book a slate of contenders for a champion. They don't have that down the line. For Cody, they didn't do anything with any, contenders tournaments. They haven't done anything where you had AJ for a couple of shots, another respect angle until he kind of turned, and they did the John Cena thing to make a little difference to that. And then what? We had Logan Paul, and then the Bloodline fighting back and forth, and nothing else. Again, the Bloodline thinking that we're going to get those, after Roman Reigns loses the belt to Cody, and Cody needs to have opponents to keep him strong. But when you are unable as a company on your TV show on a regular basis by establishing and developing strong heels or strong opponents that could be in-betweeners that are getting built up with a push, that are getting built up to a point where they can be credible opponents for Cody Rhodes, then this is what you're left with right here with Kevin Owens having a match because it's like, well, I got nobody else to dance with. I'm going to dance with you. And that's it. I'm not expecting these people to be doing what they did for Hulk Hogan all over the years, okay? The same thing went for Hulk Hogan, right? And WWF, you sent him a slew of different feuds of the month, and he took care of them. But we don't even have that right now. At WCW, in his early run before NWO, he was also fed opponents on a regular basis to beat and destroy and maim and continue to win. But how good is Cody Rhodes' run if you don't give him something to work with? Roman Reigns had everybody and he slammed them all. Remember he said that? Who was Cody Rhodes beaten outside of the fact that he's finished his story at the point of Roman Reigns? There's no more story to finish for him. He's accomplished that. And nothing's being said about the fact that he is just holding on to it, enjoying the platitudes of having it, and that's it. But we've had nothing else as a result of this. You could just give anybody this chance, but I don't give a shit if it's a younger star, okay? You want to give it to fucking Ilya Dragunov or Braun Breaker, or you want to give it to, whatever. But give me somebody that you got to build off of. At least give somebody that's on a momentum. Oh, because Kevin Owens hasn't had a chance. He deserves it after 8 years. What is this? I don't want this kumbaya utopia. Everybody gets a chance to have a thing, participation trophy bullshit. I don't want any of that. I don't think anyone else wants it either. So you decide to go ahead and give us this tonight, and I could care less about what they did with it. But at this moment, I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, you are feeling the audience. They're so up and at it and giddy and happy to go ahead and see Cody every single month. And every time they have him on TV. But if he's going to have, so what are we going to talk about? Then give us something to talk about. Give us an actual opponent for him to face that's being built up. Because let me tell you, the last person he really built up was Solo Sikoa with a bloodline. And I'm like, that was a dud. because you failed on not the faction taking on Cody Rhodes. You are failing on the fact that we can't get Solo Sikoa built up as a star. He's just a mouthpiece here, and he's not even that good at it. He's really not that good at all at it. He's not making regular matches for himself and beating people up. He's always got to have other people kind of help him out. Like, where's the Solo Sikoa we had last year that was the enforcer that was beating people up? He's been weakened. He's been watered down because they now have to put this extra work on him, and now he has to act like he's an authority to the others. So he's bossing people around instead of him doing the job of the actual work. I don't know, where is the antagonism? Where's the heat? Fucking CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This feud is done. Stick a fork in it. We don't need any to see another match with these two. But they're going to give us one at Bad Blood. It's going to be Hell in a Cell. We know that. I'm fucking tired of the bracelet, man. The dollar store bracelet. That means absolutely nothing. You know why? Because you never gave us anything about the fact that, how about we see CM Punk with AJ Lee and with the dog, and there's something on the bracelet. Like, there's something there. It's just the names on it. Who gives a shit about the fucking bracelet? Because I sure don't. And now we're at this point where I want to go and give a shit, and I want to just, like, care about this feud, because when you built it up at WrestleMania and then the screw jobs 3 times in a row, that was great. But you ran out of steam. You have nothing else but this fucking bracelet. That's enough of this. I'm so tired of it. I mean, the match was like, whatever, okay, but I didn't care. And also, you want to keep booking one side or the other to win. Parody booking. There's no... So they fight just to fight? I mean, at this point, Drew McIntyre got his win. CM Punk got his win. You added that stupid thing with Seth Rollins to get added to the mix, which was dumb as shit. And now we're at the point where this feud has got no flame left. There is no heat left in this match whatsoever. I don't need to see another match with these guys. I don't need to see another 5 weeks of build-up for another fucking match. Nobody interfered. Nobody got in the way of this right here. It was done the way it was. Pretty clear CM Punk won, and he got himself back. He got the bracelet. There's nothing else left to do. Unless you're going to try to create another scenario to build it back up. Okay? What are we going to do? Another CM Punk beatdown in like another city? Whatever? Like, come on. And there's nothing else for CM Punk. Come on. I thought we had so many other people that wanted to go and get and attack CM Punk at this point. Honestly, I mean, I don't know if we can do it right now, but, you know, if you're going to give CM Punk something, okay, he comes off of this, why isn't he going to the title? Let's get CM Punk and Cody going. I mean, give me something there. At least I know somebody with CM Punk's atmosphere. You know, even if he's a face, the guy can be a dick and come off here and do whatever, and you could have a story that's based off the fact of their AW past in different ways, and say, okay, go with that. Like, something here. I would rather just get Cody off of that. Let's go and put him over to Cody and CM Punk. Let's get Drew matching up with Seth Rollins because of the bullshit of that setup that they had over there during that match with the special guest referee. Like, honestly, give me that. There's 2 matches right there. Boom. And then Gunther, Randy Orton. Okay, Gunther, thank you for winning. All right, good for you. But, like, world of sport, slow, sluggish, you know, strategic. And I mean, it's fine if you're like, you know, in European world of sport, you're out there. I mean, that's what the match you want to give in Germany. But like for the American crowd, for the crowd like me, used to a WWE style, this was something that wasn't. It just felt like it was just boring. It was good, but, you know, I didn't see this being the match that should have closed out the show. I don't know if there was one that I really thought would have been better. I mean, listen, the matches were fine. I gave 2 shits about the Rhea Ripley and Dominik Mysterio against Liv Morgan and, you know, against the Terror Twins. You know, the Liv Morgan, Dominik Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest. Yeah. That also is like warmed over heat because it's Dom. It's like, okay, the crowd knows to go ahead and shit on Dom, shit on Liv, because Dom and Liv are together. But like, you know, you could be doing so much more with that. I mean, damn, I almost kind of wish that if you wanted to give me Liv Morgan that's like a little bit more of an interest on why she's with Dom, like, let's make her a little bit crazier, man. Like, you know what? We're coming off of, in October, we're going to have another Joker movie, and let's go a little Joker Harley kind of feel to it. Like, you know, these two mad people. That gives us, don't make them act them normal, whatever. You know, like, oh, Dom's a simp, he's a video game dude, wants his tendy shit. Give me something more to this, man. I mean, how about Dom being like the Vato, being like the prisoner? Remember, we had the whole thing where he was so over as a heel because of the fact he said, I spent 1 day in prison. And it wasn't even like a day. He just got like locked up for 12 hours, whatever it was. Like when that shit was going on, he was so good. But the thing is, I think he's just living off of that. Off that little bullshit he did to fuck with his dad. And that's it. And there's nothing more after that. Nothing else I can really appreciate after that. So I'm done there. I'm just fed up with all this. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, get the titles back off of Unholy Union, Alba, Fyre, Isla. Why do we even switch the titles in the first place? And what is it we're doing with these two? They're wasting space with two very talented women right now if they could be doing something else with them. There's a lot of underuse. There's a lot of booking I don't understand that they could be doing better with. And the other thing, too, is that there's a lot of these other stars they're trying to build up. They don't do anything with. They're just building it for TV, and they don't put them on anywhere else. You know? Your Final Testaments, your New Days, your new collective, whatever that Sonya Deville's faction is. Nothing with damage control. See, the thing is, like, what is worthy of being on pay-per-views? Any of these feuds you have right now, the Wyatt 6 and American Made, you want to put that on Bash in Berlin? Like, what do you have right now that's pay-per-view worthy? That continues to be pay-per-view worthy. Are we just going to keep milking this all the way up until what, Survivor Series, and then we just build up factions of factions and then put them in matches and World Games and that's it? Like, we're not doing anything else. There's no heat. There's no nothing. This is warmed over. It's flat. It's mid. It's mid. You can give us good matches anytime you want on all these shows, but if they don't have anything behind it, if there is no good storyline that's got some fucking heat, that is like, let's get these two at a fever pitch where opponent and champion, or, you know, feud and feuder or feudess is at each other's throats. We don't have any of that right there. There is no bloodletting, no bloodthirst, nothing here. The matches are just to have matches. The characters are just people. There's no characters behind them, no development, no nothing. Storyline, sports entertainment. They don't want to give us that? I don't know what this is. But this right here can only go for so long. Hey, you're only going to have so many other international cities you can go to before you start running out and realizing, hey, everybody's catching on to the idea. Listen, you're doing a circus right now. Hey, great job, WWE, right now for grossing so much money for what you're getting. Good for you. Good for you. Man, I could go on, but I'm going to wait until Wednesday to do another show. And I might do another one after the NWA 76. I guess still talking about TNA Emergence. I didn't get a chance to watch that yet. But the thing was, there was a lot of football today. And honestly, I was watching Bash in Berlin doing Uber today. Because I knew this was going to be a little bit of a snore fest. I knew I was going to be so pretty excited. Like, if I had to go and sit at home watching this, I probably would have been flipping the college football all day long today. Which I did. Like, honestly, the Gunther-Randy Orton match, that thing was lagging on so long, I couldn't wait to switch over to Miami versus Florida. Which I did at the start of kickoff. And I caught back at the fact that Gunther had a nice little speech right there. He got to go ahead and say hello to the audience. You know, one thing that was nice, Ludwig Kaiser doing a nice little introduction for Gunther, setting up. That's great. Hey, but the funniest thing is that there is a fan base right now. The fandom that is like, everything is great right now. Don't shit on this. Don't hurt my feelings about this. You know what? I'm going to just keep talking like this the way I do. And if I got shit to say about other companies, I will say the same thing. But I'm being overly critical or cynical. Oh, fine. I'm an old school fan. So you know what? I'm going to hold that with a badge of courage right now. Badge of honor, I keep it that way. Because I am not going to listen, I don't get anything off of doing this for wrestling fans or for WWE or whatever to talk to other wrestlers. I just want to enjoy good product. I was bored today. It was a C pay-per-view. You gave me no story, no nothing to really get me interested or excited or emotionally invested, which I've asked for already. I told you how watered down the factions are. I gave you 3 examples right there on Wednesday. I hope you'll take a listen to that. And I hope you'll listen next week when I probably talk about that and more on another Wrestling is Real podcast, because wrestling needs us.